This video is going to be about epistasis and polygenic inheritance. So the first thing we're going to look at is epistasis. So epistasis is when the expression of a particular allele at one locus is going to influence the expression of a gene at a different locus. So a really good example of this can be seen in Labrador retrievers. So let's say that we're going to look at coat color for Labrador retrievers, and so we'll say that the dominant allele is for a black coat and the recessive allele is for a brown coat. So let's say that we have a dog that has big B, little b. So this phenotype should be a black coat. But then we have a second gene that's going to determine whether or not the pigment actually gets deposited in the dog's fur. And so at that second locus, if we have a dominant allele, then the pigment will get deposited. But then if we have a recessive allele, the pigment won't get deposited at all, and the lab will be yellow. So let's say, still staying with this example of a heterozygous dog, let's say that they're heterozygous at both of these loci. So if they're heterozygous at both, we have a dominant allele for the coat color, and then we have a dominant allele for the deposition of that pigment in the fur. And so a dog with this combination would be black. However, if we had, let's say, little b, which would be for brown fur, and then little e, this lab would be yellow. And they would be yellow because we have these two recessive alleles right here. So regardless of what color this other locus codes for, since we can't get that pigment into the fur, the lab is going to be yellow. And so that's epistasis. That's where the expression of a particular gene is going to influence the expression of a gene somewhere else in the organism's genome. So moving on to polygenic inheritance. So polygenic inheritance is going to be for genes that are quantitative. And so by quantitative, I mean that these genes vary along a continuum. So for example, that could be something like height, or it could be something like the color of our skin, that there's not distinct options. It's more of a continuum. And so with polygenic inheritance, that's going to be where multiple genes are going to influence one particular phenotype. So for example, with height, there are several genes in our genomes that are going to influence how tall we are. The same thing goes for skin color, that influence the pigmentation in our skin, how much of it we produce, and other things like that. So polygenic inheritance is multiple genes all influencing the same phenotypic characteristic. I hope you found this video really helpful. The concepts and information presented in these videos will be true regardless of what biology course you're taking. However, the material we covered in this video is specifically referencing material covered in Campbell Biology's 11th edition. Remember that if you are an enrolled Baylor student, we do offer free tutoring on the first floor of the Sid Richardson building, and you can schedule a free 30-minute appointment to have one-on-one tutoring online, or you can stop by during any of our business hours. For more information about the services we provide, you can go to our website at www.baylor.edu/tutoring. Thank you.